Oh boy, I think that we can all agree that 2024 so far in terms of YouTube content and as well as a bunch of other stuff has been somewhat of a minor disappointment. How's it going, folks? Jack here with another reaction, and today we're talking about MrBeast. Yes, many of you might be clicking on this thinking that we are solely going to be focusing on the Ava situation, which has worsened. Who would have thunk? But no, this time we're actually talking about the main man himself, Jimmy. And I for once am actually very happy that people, to a certain degree, have caught on. Because this video is titled MrBeast is a fraud. It's been making the numbers for the last 5 days, and the many people who have called Jimmy out in the past, which are plenty, are feeling somewhat vindicated now. Because mind you, when it comes to MrBeast, a big issue has always been that if you are calling Jimmy out, it's because you're a hater. Like, it's the same way that people always conflate liking something with glazing something. Like, those are not the same thing. Look, I dislike MrBeast because of the way that his agency is running a business that they barely have any understanding of, and how he has a weird hold over his very impressionable audience. You dislike MrBeast because of the Ava situation. We are not the same. And because 2024 is also the year of everybody being called out, to protect my own ass, I'm gonna say this. I have defended MrBeast in the past. Yes, I think it was something like last year when the whole thing about him building some wells in Africa that I made a video about it. This will have like Saran Kaba-Jones, the founder and CEO of Face Africa, who's been at it for 15 years yet still never managed to get the funding, awareness and advocacy needed to get something like that done. And then when a guy just shows up out of nowhere and gets the job done, it has got to be frustrating. But him being a white male has nothing to do with the issue at hand. And same thing applies to that blindness video, where of course some are going to say that, oh, now MrBeast was trying to act like Jesus and now curing blindness. People who are unaware of the 4 degrees of blindness that exist out there, perhaps there might be more than that, did not know that some of them could be cured with just a 10-minute procedure. And that's the part that should be filling you with rage. Knowing that there is a 10-minute procedure that is left to just some YouTube guy to undertake, while a whole governmental institution shut it down because it just decided that some people don't deserve to have that. Because if there's one thing that I think we generally can agree can be defensible, has been his charity work, the funnel that he usually gets some of his money to, that philanthropical thing that he does, which is, did I say philanthropical? Philanthropic, Jesus. The desire for a tropical climate was surging, but no, those are things that are generally defensible because there are objectively good things coming out of that, helping the blind, helping young children getting ready for school, or building wells for people who literally need water. But every single time that people had been calling MrBeast out, especially since the COVID pandemic, people were too fast at rushing through his defense, and that is despite the fact that many proof were laid out. And like, the excuse would generally be something like, oh, just look at all of those leftists who hate all the fun that Jimmy's providing. And oh, the enlightened centrists will come forth and say that, yeah, sure, there's some shady stuff that Jimmy may do, but it's still fun content. And nobody has been against the fun, but it's all the background stuff that people have been calling out that is important to acknowledge. And I, for once, not to be cynical here, am kind of happy that people have caught on. Because calling out a billionaire doesn't mean that you hate people getting money. No, it simply means that you have a certain degree of critical thinking. Anyways, we have this rather long video here from a former MrBeast employee who, yeah, I highly recommend that you go and subscribe to.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
Well, of course. If you could post something and everyone in the world would watch it, you'd be the most powerful man on earth.
We're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negative.
Very smart with your money. The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
Lottery for money.
It's gotten to the point where he's gambling with people's lives.
You don't have to pay anything to enter legitimate.
How is this legal? I don't get it. It's a scam.
Hundreds of forged or fake signatures.
Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
Please don't tell me that he said the Ponzi scheme line on CoffeeZilla. Because I've seen him in Controversies interviews where he was supposed to tell like tips on how to make perfect YouTube content. Holy shit.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you, enjoy the video. So this is part one into my investigation into MrBeast. I recorded this before the Chris stuff came out. I was also going to come out about the Chris stuff probably in part 2 or 3. Because I see a lot of people saying like, oh, if you knew, why didn't you come forward? Why didn't you go to the authorities? Well, I was going to come forward, and also like, going to the authorities isn't going to work because what are you going to say? Like, you heard rumors that this person is this way or that, you know, there's obviously evidence of like the Shad-based stuff. Like, that's been out for a while.
Yep.
People have internally known at the company that like Chris is kind of a potential minors attracted person, and the company protects her, or they were protecting her, and they protected her as long as they could. Jimmy knew, everyone knew, so.
I'm sorry. Let's make something very clear right now. I'm gonna assume that many of you have already seen some of the extra evidence that came out regarding the Ava situation, where chat logs of the Discord server featuring Jimmy himself had them discussing sexual matters. That's one thing. But another thing that was extremely damning came from this Twitter user here, never gonna call that site X, called Muskina, who worked for and with Chris Tyson, or Ava Chris at the time. And as most of you will know, there is this unsung rule on the internet that we do not share private DM, neither to content creators or workers and stuff like that, because, yeah, you don't do that. But when you are literally shattered on, that becomes your last resort. And she went ahead and did so, documenting the abuse that she suffered from Ava Tyson. And the things here are damning, and I'm going to read you a little bit of the post here so that you kind of get the context of what's going on. She says, when I moved out, we had an agreement that I would keep my job as a hybrid travel remote with work from home position. When I reached out to Ava after moving out to discuss my schedule for the rest of the month, she informed me that she was already working on replacing me. Wow. And here are some chat logs that you can read through if you would want to have a bit more of the context about it. I felt forced out of my position and made it clear to her that I wasn't comfortable with the way things went down, but she didn't answer any of my concerns. I kept in contact with her and remained friendly while I navigated my departure from the company. She told me that she was keeping the company updated and that someone would talk to me about my severance and leaving the company in June. When this didn't happen, I asked Ava for another update on my employment. I was eventually given the correct contact information for HR. But before talking to HR, Ava found out that I had talked about her sexually assaulting me and that I was planning on reporting her. Her reply was to send one message and block me on everything. I learned that Ava told them that I had decided to resign on my own free will, and the first they heard of me leaving was that first week of July. I informed them that I was actually going on with my resignation, and it became pretty clear that Ava had not been forthcoming with them about anything that transpired between us during the course of my employment. A few days later, I told them enough about what happened between Ava and I, which led MrBeast to launch a third-party investigation into the matter. I provided them with evidence of chat logs, screenshots, and gave them a list of witnesses in the company who had seen Ava and I being physically together. And that was over 2 weeks ago, and in that time I had not heard back anything despite asking for update twice. During this time period, the allegation against Ava for inappropriately talking to a minor and more details of her relationship with Shadman became public. Seeing all of this come out and happen has put me in a uniquely uncomfortable position. I knew she had a troubled past, but I thought it never went past attack helicopter jokes and liking an edgy artist. I wasn't super online when Shadman was popular, so I knew very little about him and did not know Ava was associated with someone who sold drawing of CP. And so essentially this girl Muskina is talking about how HR sidestepped everything, did not even engage in truly covering what was happening, despite MrBeast filing a third-party investigation. The chapter was not closed. She does not need any severance package or clout or whatever, but the only mean for her to actually get her story out was to make it public. You know, the way that we have to do things whenever YouTube fucks up. And so essentially the entire point of me pointing these things out is that there has been this weird idea that talking about openly about this Ava Titan situation is going to trigger the usual response, as Muskina here pointed out. The attack helicopter jokes that it is solely going to be put on the fact that she is a trans woman. To which I'm like, fucking bullshit. Stop that. Being a crib has nothing to do with her sexuality. These are people who are in position of power, even people in HR who are not trans, who are aware of this, disregarded the issue. And that's the problem. That's what we have to do away with. And nobody should ever feel bad to call that out.
You know, which I think that's more of a red flag than anything I'm going to reveal in this video, but, you know, these messages happen in, like, MrBeast Discords, and, yeah, I don't know. It's a mess when, like, MrBeast contestants are being exposed to, like, minor attracted persons and the company's protecting them.
Also, using the phrase minor attracted person, right. Yeah, he kind of has to, but you know.
You know, there's a big emphasis at the company of like how to manipulate children, like understanding their psychology and everything, and like seeing that that's sort of used in weird ways. And, you know, there's been like parasocial relationships and, you know, encouraging like almost children simping for these people. And, you know, maybe that's as nefarious as it gets, or maybe it goes deeper. Anyway, here's an old podcast clip of Jimmy explaining that he knows that his audience is young. Which is an old clip. You could say like his audience grew up. I would say he's gained most of his audience since then, and his content's only gotten younger. Also, this clip really just shows that like he understands the YouTube analytics are bullshit, because he can try to use that as a defense, but he knows. So here's that clip, and then I'll get into the video.
The average demographic is what, 13 through 17? Is that the biggest spike in your analytics?
Well, I mean, mine's horseshit. It says like 18 to 24, but I know all my fucking viewers are little kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot like that because, you know, little kids lie about their age or they're on their, you know, like...
Well, yeah, and then I have like a fucking massive one for like the 40-year-old range because all the fucking idiots are on their parents' account.
Now, MrBeast intentionally manipulates these children's vulnerable minds for profit using 3 simple steps which closely align with the 3 major types of behavioral learning. Step 1 is...
God, dude has the wall of truth. I love this guy already. He's doing the content cop kind of attitude. That's nice.
Getting the viewer to associate the brand with trust and authority. MrBeast
Yes.
videos are real, and he's a great guy that gives away big rewards to his loyal followers. I will show you irrefutable evidence in a minute that his videos are in fact fake. Step 2 is showing the viewers that when people interact with MrBeast in a way that benefits MrBeast, when they do what he tells them to do, they win big rewards.
Is he subscribed? You are subscribed. Here's some money. Have a good day.
Some of them feel like I just walk around with $1,000. It's like, oh, thanks for watching my videos.
Hit that subscribe button because you might bump into me in real life and it might make you a lot of money.
When people are devout followers of MrBeast, they get rewarded. And step 3 is finally calling on the viewer to act in some way that benefits the brand, promising big rewards in return. Now it's your turn to do what MrBeast tells you, and you will win big rewards. But you actually won't unless you're famous or friends or family of a MrBeast employee. So young, impressionable viewers are made to believe that MrBeast is a trusted authority who can give them big rewards. These young viewers are explicitly shown that dedicated followers or random subscribers like themselves are winning big rewards when they do what MrBeast tells them. These young viewers are explicitly told repeatedly that if they subscribe, if they buy products or act in some way that benefits the brand, they will win big rewards. Trust MrBeast, watch him help others, contribute to his cause, and one day he'll help you too. That's the formula. Subscribe for a Lamborghini, and to make you could be in one of these videos right now, and you might get picked for the next video.
Yep, that's how it goes. And it's so easy to such a malleable audience. Now, the first time that that really struck me as being like super cultish. I remember it was with the festival thing that was going on, because I didn't quite understand the reach that MrBeast has until I think around Easter last year, when in our far removed Danish town, in our stores that are quite literally nothing, we suddenly got festivals. And there was this follow-up tweet around that time where MrBeast urged his young audience to go and clean up the aisles. I can't exactly remember for what purpose that was, but still, I was kind of feeling weird about it, because one, you could say that certainly it's a nice thing to have, to urge your audience to be cleanly, but there was a weird taste about it, especially with the thing that followed up after, which was basically him telling them to go and ask the manager for whatever was in the back layers of storage rooms of the stores, and bring it forth, like to restock, to make sure that the aisles were filled with festivals. To which I'm like, that's technically child labor, isn't it? Like, it's not to the extent of like yogurt Chinese factory level, but it is conceptually the same.
Subscribe and you might win a free car. Subscribe for a free car. I love all of
Subscribe and you can come next time. I give you $100.
Subscribe again. Subscribe and you could win 10 red subscribe button. You could also win $100,000. Seriously, we always fly subscribers down. They never fly random subscribers down. MrBeast fakes his videos in ways that are worse than you realize. I say that because he's been exposed for faking videos before in the comment.
Yeah, many times. And literally the only reason why I subscribed to him was due to the whole thing of before PewDiePie, right? There was him actually aiding in the PewDiePie situation versus T-Series. After that, just wanting to maintain the streak because didn't want a big corporation to take over what used to be the good old thing of just a guy doing thing of his lonesome. Yeah, which is kind of ironic now because MrBeast is being sponsored by so many companies. I supported the guy because of that idealized view of what a YouTuber was supposed to be.
The response is, why does it matter if the videos are fake? They're just meant to be entertainment. A large part of MrBeast's brand is the fact that he doesn't fake videos.
I remember when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, this shit's gotta be fake.
Oh yeah, it's a huge
so,
problem for us now. I actually have to dial back my content sometimes just so people think it's real. But also, if what we had to film was scripted, you know, because what we do is non-scripted, so you have to plan for a bunch of variables that you can't control, blah, blah. If what we did was scripted, holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Have you ever faked a video?
No. Yes. But this train track is CGI, these bus wheels are CGI, this explosion is fake, this shredder is CGI, this car is digitally lifted, this pit is fake, this guy is fake, this raccoon is a paid actor, this island costs more than $1, this city is not abandoned, these buildings are CGI, but it's not your only way out. You can literally get an Uber to the airport for $20. That's not a lurker. It's just a guy. This whole room is fake. This contestant is an actor and a secret employee at MrBeast. They had him dive through this fake door twice. This line is scripted. This action is scripted. In fact, pretty much all the videos with Mac are scripted.
I mean, how many content creators have talked about their participation in MrBeast shows and how scripted things were? How is this a surprise to anybody? Of course they are fake. What is he saying that they are not faked? Literally the guy who won like $1 million, didn't he make like a video about how he I can't speak. How he regretted it because the prize money also wasn't exactly what he got. Like, what the hell?
You did it! Yeah! What we did was scripted. Holy shit, this stuff would be easy to pump out.
Let's talk about Mac for a second.
We will die. Do you understand that?
I found public records showing that Mac moved from California to Greenville, North Carolina, where Jimmy is located, back in August 2023, 2 months before he appeared as a contestant. According to a former MrBeast employee, this is around the time when Mac started working full-time on the editing team at MrBeast. Also, he didn't just move into any old house, he moved into a $1 million mansion. Now, I'm not gonna dox him, only some asshole would do something like that.
After doxing and bullying the pilot some more like a f***ing douchebag,
turns to Eric and says, how do I fly this thing? And Eric just starts pushing buttons.
But I did find pictures of this mansion online, so I fed them into ChatGPT and asked it to create similar images. And this is what it came up with. And it's honestly not that far off. His 6,000 square foot
Ouch. Hit my toe there. That was good.
$1 million mansion comes with a movie theater and 7 bathrooms.
What are you gonna spend the $800,000 on?
I mean, my life's changed now.
Yeah, I'm sure that $800,000 is really gonna change your life.
More toilet paper.
Tell me, where are we right now?
We're in the place that we drove to a few minutes ago.
Mac, let's cut the shit here. What have you been doing for like the last year?
A lot of family stuff.
What kind of family stuff?
Just like you know, playing catch with my dad, you know.
For a year? How do you make money? How are you like surviving?
Basically, my main strategy is I go to like grocery store type places.
Grocery store type places?
Yeah, and I basically what I'll do when I get there, I usually get like an amount of food that feeds me for like a week or so, right?
With what money?
The money that I made.
How did you make it?
Huh? Yeah, listen. You're getting
Jesus Christ.
They'll figure it out.
My god, that's political level dodging right there. We need to hire this guy to work for the Tory party or anything related to the election. What a dick.
We will die. Do you understand that?
During this time lapse on the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the videos where they claim that they don't fake things.
But no, we have to be the real channel that doesn't fake things.
In this video, this wink was added in post. In fact, 58 was actually on the far opposite side of the room from 42, and he just didn't hear him. This whole revenge storyline was added in post. Multiple shots show how timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. Timers are edited in post. They also manipulated contestants' audio in post.
We got 15 minutes.
In general, if anything happens last second, it's fake. Or if you can hear someone's voice but can't see their mouth, the audio could easily be added in post.
Of course.
I'm gonna kill you.
And yes, this lie detector video was also fake.
Have you ever faked a video?
No.
Think that lie.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Okay, so MrBeast fabricates some contestant dialogue and timers and movements and storylines and uses a bunch of shitty CGI, but who really cares? I mean, the videos are just for entertainment only, right? I mean, it's not like he's ever rigged the results of a challenge. That would be impossible because he films with hundreds of random subscribers, right?
Right.
Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
I remember this one. They intentionally made the girls win. And there were complaints about the participation there where like girls were complaining about how like spending time in isolation and stuff, like they didn't have like tampons, they couldn't get to change them, like very weird and disgusting things, like simple hygiene were not made available for them. And of course, because the boys could not just have an overwhelming victory, they were offered money. Like, the thing that I'm taking offense in this is that we have like people who have been making fun of channels such as those ones who are trying to survive out in nature and building those fake houses, right? You know, all of those channels trying to ride off the wave of primitive technology that are like bringing out excavators to do the job and pretending that they've somehow built like a luxurious resort out of nothingness, right? And of course, in the same life, people have always been making fun of the MrBeastification of YouTube. People who are copying the thumbnails, doing the same challenges, and are outright faking them. But Jimmy was always the exception. So it's like, be consistent about it.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that contestant had to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend.
Yeah.
So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees or just the employees themselves. And when they do pull someone from outside of North Carolina, it's usually somebody who's in the industry, who's camera trained, who has built a following.
Hey, anyone I'm friends with watching that wants 10 grand?
They are never
Bruh.
random subscribers. If you subscribe, you will not win $1 million. And what's even worse is that the results of this video were completely scripted. According to a former MrBeast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer. You can actually see some of this happen on camera, like when Jimmy pays one of the boys $10,000 to leave, which is twice as much as the actual prize money. But doesn't make the same offer to the girls.
The boys were blowing you out of the water. I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave. Now if you don't win, that was all for nothing.
At another point, he gives the girls a camera drone so they would have been able to see how many boys were left. It doesn't work out, but seeing how much they're willing to help them on camera, I'm willing to believe that they did, in fact, help them off camera. Apparently at the end, they were only monitoring the boys to see if they stepped on the red line and not the girls, so that the girls would win the challenge. To be clear, obviously the girls had an unfair start with having so many MrBeast employees get out immediately. I think they all did deserve $5,000 for that, but also the boys should deserve a fair chance at winning, I think.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
think that's the expectation when you run a game show. But hey, that was a while ago, so I'm just glad they're not doing another rigged boys versus girls video. So knowing that MrBeast likes the results to be close and that offstage producers can sort of influence how a challenge progresses, I want to show one more example. This is a real-time video, meaning that time elapses the same in the video as it does in real life. Now immediately the intro is sped up, and the timer is clearly added in post, and he clearly touches the laser here, but whatever, let's assume that it's all real time. When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water...
Wait. Also consistent is another camera-trained celebrity. Literally an illusionist. Who is supposed to be what? A random contestant? Come on! Are you kidding me?
It's all real time. When he reaches the bottom floor, he has to turn these water valves. Now you can tell that these valves aren't actually connected to anything because the water flows out in an instant, and it happens when he's not even touching the valve. The contestant also goes back to the first valve unaware that anything had happened, and he's still able to spin it. So the valve seems to spin freely and isn't actually connected to the flow of water.
Yeah.
So you could assume that producers might be off camera with remote switches to trigger the flow of water. And assuming they've tested this, the producers might know how long it takes for the water to clear out of the room, so they can sort of decide on the fly how many turns of the valve it takes, or just when to trigger the water in general to make the results close. And in this video, spoiler alert, the contestant wins the money, so rigging the challenge could be seen as a good thing, but there are many examples of contestants losing. And in traditional media, this kind of rigging is actually completely illegal.
We always have the same person tie all the knots so that we know they've tied them at the exact same tension. I mean, we get down to inches. And then we have a standards and practices person. And if you don't know what that is, on any kind of a game show where there is a prize, you have to have somebody that ensures that it's fair. They are out there essentially to make sure that we don't do something that would favor one player or one tribe.
I paid the one guy who knew how to solve them to leave.
In my mind, I'm thinking it's a fair game. But it's not. If they were having problems finding people, they can see kind of what area you're in. And they came to my area many times, and I was in the smallest cupboard. They had like big ones, medium ones, and small ones. I contorted this little 4'10" body into the smallest space, and I was in there for hours.
And that's the thing. I know that people have certain biases towards certain creators, because a multitude of people have come out stating this and have been covered by, let's say, progressive outlets. And usually the response to that has been like, oh no, it's H3H3, so you can't trust the shit they're saying. To which I'm like, seriously? Allegations are being brought up, like, go after the evidence first before you actually start making it into a culture war shit.
And they didn't even open the door because they were like, a person can't even fit in there. So they went in there and they opened all the cabinets, and my heart was like, oh, they're going to find me. They're going to find me. And then I could hear them saying, like, she's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's not here. The other thing that they said is absolutely no climbing in the air vents or the ceiling. And they said it's because they do all their wiring in the ceiling.
So I am up here.
Yeah, right.
I feel good about this spot.
If it was held accountable, especially because this was a YouTube original production, Zach would have been eliminated for cheating. He broke the rules, and guarantee you, if I climbed in the ceiling, MrBeast would eliminate me.
He was in the ceiling! Also, I think some of the... He was in the ceiling!
Pause if you want to read. Create a Game was not for charity. Oh. Well, this is one of the worst ones, right? Because, as I said before in the start, one thing that we can agree on is this actually charitable work. But when it's not, my god. So, TikTok star Charlie D'Amelio's family was accused of cheating on trivia question after winning a 300,000 charity competition between influencers. Oh, Create a Game 2 and 3 Trivia Hide and Seek had nothing to do with charity. The winner of the competition would receive prize money under the vague condition that they give the money to their fans. Zach King, the illusionist, I actually like the guy, made 2 highly viewed monetized videos with the prize money. Both winners of Creator Game 1 and 2, the D'Amelio sisters and Zach King, were accused of cheating. Let me move my head a little bit here. MrBeast does not care about fairness in this competition. He cares only about making the best video possible. The trivia tournament also had multiple factual mistakes no one seemed to notice. Spell possum and oldest living animal question correct answer were wrong. What's the oldest living animal question? I don't care. Ensuring fairness in challenges like this is not difficult, but MrBeast thinks it makes the video worse, so he doesn't do it. Yes, that's the thing. Content brain. Like, this is genuinely a thing that I always try to give us a perspective with regards to content creation. For example, for the fitness industry, as a person who trained quite a bit, if an actual fitness influencer is to tell you exactly what they do to get to the shape that they are in, it would be the most boring thing ever. Because it's literally going through the same routine year after year after year, especially if you decide to stay natural. It is fucking boring. And it's fine. It is totally fine to be boring. But that is not what gets the views. And it's an unfortunate situation that he finds himself in a situation where he needs to fake this thing. I know that that is the staple of reality TV, but when you are literally branding yourself on being true, come on, man.
Also, I think some of the MrBeast giveaways have been fake, but I'll get to that later. So now that I've explained some of the ways that MrBeast lies to build trust with his audience, I want to go on to explain how he exploits that trust for profit through running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures, giving children diabetes, and more. A call to action is simply when you tell the viewer to do something, saying subscribe is a call to action. Early in his career, MrBeast found a better version of this where he takes a call to action and he adds positive or negative reinforcement to it.
Yeah.
Now, as adults, we can recognize that subscribe for a cookie is a joke. It's not a real offer, but again, MrBeast's audience is primarily children who may have authorities in their life that actually use sweet treats or video game detentions as forms of reinforcement, and you aren't born understanding sarcasm. Whatever the reason, these reinforced call to actions are more effective than just saying subscribe. Oh, but there's a much better version. The call to action giveaway.
If you guys want to win a brand new PS5, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel.
God, I cannot stand our man. Like, I already don't watch much of MrBeast, right? It only occurs once in a blue moon, like when the vernal equinox is there. But like, when it comes to Dar Man, seeing his face quite literally gives me lice. Yeah, it does. No. His videos are just so cringe.
I can't believe people are still doing fucking giveaways. Holy shit, it's so annoying. Stop this fucking shit. I'm so tired of it. Fucking 10 years of YouTube, people are still like buying subs for this shit.
Over the next 7 days, I'm gonna be giving 1,000 random people that subscribe a free Samsung Galaxy S24.
How is this legal? I don't get it. All you have to do is subscribe to your channel.
All you have to do to enter to win one of these phones is subscribe.
It's a scam. Holy shit.
I literally spent over $1 million on these phones, and we literally found him 1 minute before Zach. I spent over $1 million on these phones. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button.
Samsung, I just want you to love me.
So yeah, that's what a call to action giveaway is. At best, they are a way to buy subscribers, but much of the time they are legitimate scams. Either a YouTuber doesn't actually give away a prize, or in the case of these live streams, they are illegal lotteries where the only way to win a prize is by making a purchase. And obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just gonna show you the law and then show you irrefutable evidence of what's being done, and you can make your own conclusions. The FTC defines a lottery as containing 3 elements: a valuable prize, random chance, and consideration, which can be time or effort, but in most cases is just payment. To successfully run a contest or a sweepstakes, you must eliminate one of these factors. A contest, for example, eliminates chance, and a sweepstakes eliminates consideration. Determining if any MrBeast giveaways have been illegal lotteries, we need to identify a prize, which is distributed through random chance and cannot be won without spending money. On August 2nd, 2020, MrBeast live streamed him and his friends signing limited edition shirts celebrating 40 million subscribers. And here are just some of the clips from that stream.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this. And 10...
Oh no. Oh no. All sitting there practicing to do Jimmy's signature, right?
10 minutes, right? Because we gotta give them time to do their cart. We'll give 2 orders $500 each. 5 minutes, someone's getting $3 grand in their order. In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. 2 minutes, newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries. These lotteries are also run poorly. Multiple times they would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win. And then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is gonna win.
In 5 minutes, we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put $1,000 in a random order. Hey, Daryl, don't we owe someone $2,000?
2.3, yeah. That's 7 minutes.
Yeah, so, all right, so the newest order, in 30 seconds, we are gonna put $1,000 in your package.
That should be 40. That's not even.
Okay.
Bruv.
And there is no second giveaway 30 seconds later, like Jimmy said. This is just one very shady giveaway. They just go on to talk about how Steven made a profit.
Steven's a handsome name.
So he actually walked away with some money.
We're proud of you, Steven.
I counted 13 of these extra shady lotteries where they did not give the prize in the original time frame that they said.
Okay, so we're gonna put 2 iPhones in this piñata, and we're gonna give it to someone who orders a shirt in 3 minutes? 5 minutes. Buy a limited edition shirt or hoodie, and we're gonna pick a random one in 10 minutes and give them $2,000.
Have we done iPhones yet?
Yeah. Oh,
we did one.
Oh wait, hey Daryl, first actually, before we do that, we never picked a piñata.
So these clearly fit the definition of an illegal lottery. These clips are also not out of context. No one ever said no purchase necessary. There's nothing in the description or on the website. At one point, MrBeast is informed that they ran out of PlayStations, and he says, are we trying to not sell merch?
Our city is sold out of PlayStations. We don't have any. We have to give away. Are we trying to not sell merch?
So he clearly knows that they're making more money by running these illegal lotteries. Another shady thing he did was constantly suggest that they're doing too many giveaways to make a profit.
My guy over there doing the numbers is like, stop, please. It's like, you do realize every time you give away an Xbox and $1,000, you don't make money. I'm like, oh, I know we're not gonna make money. What are we doing, guys? We're gonna check after this stream, and it's gonna be like,
oh no.
Didn't he post last year or earlier this year that he was not being profitable? That most of the revenue that he got was through YouTube monetization or something like that. I could be totally wrong on this. I remember him making a tweet about this. And my God, I sincerely do hope that the people who are actually getting these things are real people and not just, again, his friends and family.
What a waste.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna break neutral.
When there was just no way they were ever even close to losing money on this stream.
I don't know who this is, but you just got a pair of AirPods. Oh my gosh, we're not making money. Guys, we need to stop giving everyone something.
We've just lost like 7
almost everything that someone's bought, we've put something in their package. I'm not gonna make money.
In 5 hours, they gave away about $50,000 worth of stuff and sold over 50,000 t-shirts. Selling these t-shirts at $42 each, profit margin would be about $22. But even if they were making like $1 per shirt, they would still be fine.
Yeah.
Also, by my estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize.
For the hold on. The average hoodie price was what? 25, and yeah, if his estimates here are right, then yes, they should be a-okay.
My estimates, only 1 in every 1,600 orders actually won a prize. And I guarantee he has real-time analytics on his laptop. He knows they make more money every time he says, "Oh my God, guys, we're giving away so much stuff. We're not even gonna make a profit. Please, don't you want me to make a profit?" That's why he keeps saying it. Also, they just don't show how winners are picked. So it's probably not actually random. You know, humans.
And also, that's the extra thing about MrBeast was always this. He isn't charismatic in any way whatsoever. Jimmy was always a blank slate. So the one thing that he could always do with his content was just create extremes that could attract people. He himself doesn't have the personality that is going to bring an audience, okay? It's true. It's true. It's a fair criticism to give him. It's not that I'm bashing on the guy, but seriously, that's how Jimmy is. So whenever he makes a false statement, it's very apparent. It is straightforward. You can tell when he lies.
Have biases. Imagine Jimmy tells the guy off camera, "Hey, pick a name right now," and he sees 2 names. One is easy to pronounce, one is not. This is why lotteries are heavily regulated, to ensure fairness. Also, obviously, you have to be 18 to play the lottery. It's gambling. MrBeast isn't just promoting gambling to children here. He's running the casino. And this isn't even close to the worst stream he's done. 4 months later, MrBeast signed shirts again, but this time it was a 24-hour live stream with way more illegal lotteries. And by the way, the rest of these streams were taken down,
of course, for legal purposes.
All I have is some old clips and Reddit threads talking about them. Now, this stream did say, "We are doing a ton of giveaways, no purchase necessary," in the description. But to be eligible to win most prizes, you had to make a purchase.
Would you guys prefer... Would you prefer that we throw money in random orders or that we throw items in random orders?
Yeah. Somebody screamed in chat, "I want to switch. Hey, buy a shirt."
In 30 minutes, we are giving away my car to someone that buys merch.
Which each giveaway is its own independent event. You can't give one prize to someone who buys something and a different prize to someone in chat. The prize where you have to buy something is still an illegal lottery, which obviously MrBeast knows this, but you know, he's a poker player. He likes a little bluffery, a little plausible deniability, you know, pretending to be ignorant of the law.
You know, YouTube's a little different than this.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, I can just do stuff like that. I can just be like, you know what? Pull up a database of 100 people that bought chocolate bars and pick 100 random ones.
Got it.
I think I can do that over here. I don't know. So I don't want to say anything. And then someone be like,
yeah,
actually, that's illegal.
Right.
My boy, that is going to get clipped so much now. This is a meme in the making. Actually, that's illegal. And also, I'm sorry. How do you not know? How do you not know whether something is legal or not? When you literally have an entire agency, a whole company that should be helping you with legal stuff. Especially when your content is targeting an audience of children. There's a reason why children entertainment is highly regulated. I talked about that briefly in a video about fashion, but I took a bit of a tangent talking about the work that my girlfriend does, and it's on a children's store for toys. And there's a reason why we have regulation in the EU to prevent children to get some Temu crap kind of toys. They can harm them, they can do a whole bunch of things, and with regards to games, for example, gambling, the reason why many jumped on the whole thing against loot boxes when that became a thing. The EU was relatively quick at getting into that conversation, and that is even for like media consumption, which has a tendency of being a little bit fast and loose because there are different rules with media. When it comes to food, don't even start fucking around with that. Like, there's obviously a reason why these things are highly regulated. They should also be the same for adults because to be fair, a lot of things that adults can't figure out themselves, but what the hell?
I could not find any way to enter the big Tesla giveaway without spending at least $42.
And we're giving away a Tesla to someone random who bought stuff.
They also gave away 24 tickets, which gave you the opportunity to be in a video. Again, most of these tickets you had to make a purchase to win.
One random person that buys in what time frame? 10 minutes.
That's
We're gonna
lottery.
split this in someone's order that buys something.
And we're gonna have 24 people. We're gonna put them in 24 different circles. $1 million on the line. Have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Also, this video never happened. There is no MrBeast video of 24 people in circles competing for $1 million. Unless it ended up being 100 people in a circle competing for $500,000, but that's a smaller prize and much worse odds. So like, did they just pocket the money or what? Hey,
Mike.
the pilot guy.
Let's get it!
Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Mac. Another thing that just annoys me is Jimmy constantly says during these live streams that he's just doing this for fun because he loves giving things away.
Oh, and I just like giving away stuff. It's kind of fun to me.
Imagine you just lost a bunch of money at the casino, and the owner comes out and he says, guys, the reason I do all this, I just love giving away money. Also, you're 7 years old in that example. It's insane that he can flip these massively profitable illegal lotteries targeted towards children as an act of generosity.
So I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes.
Can you imagine for a second if the Aiden Ross, the train wreck, the SQC types from Kick or even Twitch were to do a similar act like this? How often they would have been called out, but when Jimmy does it, it's like, oh no, he's just doing it for fun, it's charity.
To go place an order at shopmrbeast.com.
Just because it doesn't look like a casino.
Any of the lives. And we're gonna throw iPhones in some of them.
And again, there are very few videos of this live stream on the internet. I think MrBeast probably copyright strikes re-uploads. But almost any clip you do find will have some new violation of internet gambling or sweepstakes laws.
I thought it was him. I was like, he won.
Wait, really?
Let's go!
Wait,
It's literally like his initial.
who is it?
My cousin.
Wait, really?
Actually, that's illegal.
Some of the common complaints we see in threads about this live stream are that they only signed large t-shirts. So when they selected an order to give a prize, it was apparently always a large or extra large t-shirt. They kept saying things like buy in the next 15 minutes for a chance to win and then not honoring it. Multiple people claiming that their name was read to win a prize and they never received it. This person is still tweeting about it to this day. Now, there's a lot more people complaining about the deceptive sales tactics. Reading all this really upsets me because I spent money I honestly didn't have for 5 shirts at different times during the live when they said things like buy now and you will get prize or money. And I received 2 orders and nothing but shirt, both with MB and one with a heart and one with a smiley. I was hoping for at least a couple things for Christmas for my family. Now, this commenter also goes on to explain that
you got cheated on.
Has PTSD. Lotteries and scams specifically target vulnerable populations like that. I'm disappointed. My son bought a signed shirt and was so excited. He watched the live stream and saw that people who bought would receive $100. He was excited to win something and be a part of his favorite streamer, MrBeast. When the shirt arrived, he was grinning from ear to ear. When he realized that there was no $100, he was visibly disappointed. He said nothing other than, I guess he meant everyone except me. He loves his shirt, but I'm really upset seeing him hurt. And obviously people can lie on the internet, but a lot of people are independently claiming the same things. Like that at the end of the live stream, they said they were putting $100 in every order. Now, my speculation is that they put $100 in every order that came across the table that they signed, but I'd be interested to see how they worded that. If the video of this live stream ever resurfaces, I think a lot of these claims will be
Internet Archive
which MrBeast
doesn't have
definitely
it.
has this stream saved. He saves all his footage. So I'll ask you, Jimmy, will you publish this to prove your innocence? Also, using archive.org, we can see what the website looked like on the day of the stream, and while there's no mention of any sweepstakes whatsoever, it does say this limited tee signed by MrBeast and crew, but the description says it's signed by a member of the MrBeast crew. So here's a clip of Tyler forging, or not, maybe not forging, using MrBeast's signature. So Tyler signs MB, which is MrBeast's signature. Then he covers it, signs his own initials.
Oh my God.
C, smirks, looks around, and then quickly slides the shirt away. Could you make it any more obvious? You know, you don't accidentally have someone else's signature.
And the other guy noticed it. Look at that face. The smugness on this. Yikes.
As muscle memory. And again, I'm not a lawyer. I think this is fraud. Maybe they could say it's the brand's signature, even though it's clearly implied that this is Jimmy's signature, which was established during the last live stream.
Hey! MB, MrBeast. So this is MrBeast's signature.
No way, this one was signed by MrBeast. It's just got the MB, but that means it's signed by MrBeast. That's obviously his, MrBeast. This is so cool. That's obviously his.
Can't even stay consistent.
You know, some people bought these shirts as collector's items or even investments, and this puts into question the authenticity of all MrBeast signed merch, which otherwise could have been very valuable one day. This was clearly muscle memory, and judging by his body language, he knew he exposed this. Even Tariq notices Tyler slip up and immediately looks into the camera, looks guilty, and then readjusts his body and rubs his hands together. Also, MrBeast said during the live stream that this is the last time he'd ever sign anything, and that was just a lie. Illegal lotteries targeted towards children and selling fake signatures. I mean, imagine if any other YouTuber was caught doing this.
Yeah.
You're very smart with your money. The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
By this point, MrBeast noticed a problem with these CTA giveaways.
See, also being compared to the Paul brothers, Jake, more specifically, and Steve, it's like, nah. I mean, one of them has gotten rich off of people hating on him, which is straight up big dick reverse psychology, so I can kind of respect that, you know, using the people's hatred of you against them, but not just being associated with the guy, but literally doing something similar to his business practice is not the image that you want to have, Jimmy.
Any other YouTuber was caught doing this?
You're very smart with your money. The guy who just throws away millions of dollars on YouTube videos is a gambler. Who would have thought?
By this point, MrBeast noticed a problem with these CTA giveaways. I mean, obviously they're illegal, but more importantly, they're not as profitable as they could be. Look at it like this. There are two value propositions at play here. The perceived value of the product and the perceived value of the chance to win a prize. So for something like these $42 t-shirts, if the viewer values the chance to be in a video at $10, they need to value the t-shirt at an additional $32 to make the purchase. So the more expensive the product, the less effective the lottery is. You want to get the product as close to $0 as possible, so people are just paying for the perceived value of the lottery. That's what's most profitable because humans can't accurately comprehend the difference between 1 in a million odds versus 1 in a billion odds. They both kind of just compute as, I have a small chance.
Yeah.
Which MrBeast is well aware of this flaw in human mental arithmetic.
At past a certain point, the average human is like, large sum of money, click. And like larger sum of money doesn't really impact the viewing experience.
So also the larger your audience is, the more profitable a lottery will be. Anyway, MrBeast wanted the cheapest product possible to use for these CTA giveaways. Basically a piece of paper, but you obviously couldn't sell a piece of paper without getting backlash. So in January 2021, 3 months after the last shirt signing stream, MrBeast did a live stream where for only $10, viewers could send a picture to the moon. Wait, JPEGs that are going to the moon? And of course he did more illegal lotteries.
Just to keep things fun and interesting, as if putting a photo on the moon isn't interesting enough. Someone who puts a photo on the moon, or if you buy the bundle, whatever, and the next 30 minutes, we'll just fly you down to be in a video.
3 years later, the spaceship finally launched, carrying beautiful pictures of deceased loved ones to the moon, where they would be immortalized. It fucking exploded.
No fucking way.
So obviously MrBeast refunded everyone, right? Right? Is it MrBeast's fault that the rocket exploded? No. Is it his fault that he advertised it as for $10 I will put your photo on the moon?
For $10, I'll put whatever picture you want on the moon.
When he couldn't guarantee that? Yes, of course. October 16th, 2021, same.
I want to remind people that MrBeast's company got COVID relief packages. They got COVID money. Why? Why? What essential work were they doing when other people who are working in the medical industry who barely got by? Oh, man. These are the kind of thing that make me want to scream clown world at the top of my lungs, but I'm gonna reserve that for the rest of the video.
Same thing. Buy this shirt to be in a video.
Shopify dashboard. We just have like a random number generator, and then like we just put the number, like if there's 1,000 orders, we just put it, picks a number between 1 and 1,000, and then my people give me the name. So the first person that we're inviting to be in our Squid Game, if you want to enter, click the link in the description, buy the shirt or hoodie, is Alonzo Diaz.
Bro, there's an actual $100 bill.
No. Wait, really?
Like they actually sent a $100 bill.
Wait, what does it say? Oh, now we have to read the message.
No.
You and your crew are an inspiration to our young ones. He wanted to send you $100. Everyone click the link or the view product thing in the bottom left. We're gonna open 3 packages, and whatever's in those 3 packages, we're gonna give someone random that buys.
Try not to be a scumbag for 5 minutes. Holy shit. Literally gets told by a dude who sends you a bill. You are an inspiration to our kids. Literally goes ahead to tell them how to gamble.
MrBeast is the American dream.
Oh, get out of here.
Now I'm gonna get to what, in my opinion, is the most unethical CTA giveaway that MrBeast has done. But before I do that, I really want to drive home the point that the closer a sweepstakes is to an illegal lottery, the more money it makes. Because, you know, every customer is supposed to be informed that they can enter easily for free and that making a purchase does not increase their chances of winning. Like, you're supposed to say no purchase necessary in all of your promotional material, which MrBeast does not do. This legal gray area only leads to people getting scammed, especially the elderly and children.
Oh, yeah.
Who are also being introduced to gambling. The only people who benefit off of sweepstakes are influencers and scammers. Remember Wizza, a sweepstakes company that got exposed as a total scam and shut down? Even Omaze, the charity sweepstakes company, got exposed as a scam and had to shut down in the US. Or back in the day, there was Mystery Brand. You remember Mystery Brand?
Oh, yeah. Literal loot boxes.
So Mystery Brand is a website where you purchase different boxes with chances of winning things. Take, for example, this women's Christmas box. It costs $15 to open, and you can win the most expensive Los Angeles realty. But you can't even click it.
Come on.
Okay? It doesn't even give you more information, but apparently it's worth $250 million. I love that you can't click it. Like, they're just like, trust us. There's a $250 million house with your name on it. All the way down to Icicle, site balance. I'm willing to bet that this is probably what 99% of the people are getting.
Hey, at least MrBeast never wanted to work with this obvious scam. I mean, at least MrBeast's manager never went on some podcast and talked about how MrBeast really wanted to work with this company.
Oh no, with Graham douchebag, who, mind you, from the CoffeeZilla video that we watched some a couple of months ago by now, sold people a virtual bank.
Equity in the company because they like the idea that much. The most viral example of this was Graham Stephan, who claimed that I bought a bank.
I decided to invest an undisclosed amount, and now I can officially say I am a small owner in Yada Bank.
Now these videos are deleted, as Yada has become more than a harmless savings app, and users can't get their money out.
Well, at least investment in a virtual bank and rob them of their money. These guys have no principle.
No, what's this?
Is there anything you've had to say no to? Yeah, tons. Yeah, so a good example.
So it was about 3 years or 2.5 years ago when I started working with Jimmy. What was becoming really popular were these like mystery loot crate, like internet sites where it's basically like CSGO skins, but you'd go on and it'd be like, here's the Supreme box and you'd pay $50 for it. And remember, it was
didn't Ricegum did quite a few people. Yes,
Yeah, they got a lot of hate for that.
Right.
Jimmy was, he wanted to work with that company when he heard about it because there was a lot of money and we wanted to give that money away in a video. And I had to talk him back on it. I was like, listen, we're not promoting gambling. I think people are going to see this negatively. So this is a long conversation that him and I had to have, which eventually we passed on the deal. And then Jake, Paul, and Ricegum ended up doing that deal and got a lot of hate for it.
Jimmy, why is your manager saying that you wanted to promote this obvious scam to your young, impressionable audience? MrBeast launched Feastables, his new chocolate brand, back in January 2022.
I want to tell you guys about my new snack company, Feastables. They're made with only 5 ingredients, but still taste amazing. And I'm kicking off Feastables with something I've always wanted to do. 10 random bars are going to have a mystery ticket inside of them, and if you get this mystery ticket, we will fly you out to compete for a chocolate factory in one of our videos. And on top of that, Chandler, we're giving away over $1 million in other prizes to random people that buy the bars.
Dude, I need to buy these.
It's interesting to look back at this because a large part of Feastables' marketing campaign was the fact that it's a better for you brand, that it's healthier for you than Hershey's.
And of course it's not. It's like an equivalent of Prime, isn't it?
Less sugar, only 4 ingredients, all organic.
I wanted to just make a better for you snack brand because I think a lot of the stuff out there is just terrible for you.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
Like Hershey's, for example, there's 10 ingredients, super processed. Our Feastables bars are 5 ingredients, and just all the ingredients are way higher quality.
And is it fair trade? Because you're gonna try to shit on Hershey's, which is totally fine because they literally make chocolate out of child labor. What about yours, Jimmy? How about that cocoa? How is it harvested? And also, can we stop trying to push candy on people, on children? They don't need that stuff, okay? Stop it. You're literally doing the same thing that the food industry already is doing. Like, we are going to sell you a bunch of nonsense that you need to eat. But to compensate for that is not to push on you actual healthy eating, but training instead. We want you to eat an alternative that is pumped with other chemicals in there. And if that doesn't work well, you just need to hit the gym. Get that gym membership and we just put you into a wheel cycle that you definitely did not need. And please, do not misunderstand. This is not me saying that children or young people should not be going to the gym. It does wonders for the body and the mind. But how about not promoting kids to have to revert to a state of normalcy first before they actually go and improve on something that they might desire? You get me?
It's infinitely better than the other options out there.
I got all the Feastable chocolates. Let's try them and rank them 1 to 6.
Oh no.
Completely honest, totally not biased because if it sells more, I make more money.
I'm gonna be honest, and I hope Jimmy is sitting next to me and not getting his feelings hurt.
Compare it to Hershey's. It's our Crunch Bar.
Okay. This is the one you believe in?
Yes.
I like this guy. He is brutal with his restaurant reviews.
Not crazy, Jimmy.
No? You don't like Crunch Bars?
I do like Crunch Bars, but again, it's too sweet.
Let me try this. Maybe these are defective.
Oh my God,
this tastes good to me.
Wait, we're supposed to be ranking them. I rated the first one, so we're going completely off of.
Oh,
we're going completely off of.
We're in too deep. I rate this a 10 out of 10. I give this an 11 out of 10. Keep in mind, only 5 ingredients, infinitely healthier for you than the normal thing out there.
Also my favorite so far.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't realize you were a dark chocolate guy.
I'm not a super dark chocolate guy. I do love dark chocolate. I get this a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay, I'm starting to understand this,
Yeah,
man.
man,
Okay,
get a little
okay.
higher.
I'm starting to figure this man out. You're gonna like this one, right? You like salt? I read you as a sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
I love salt. No, I want the chocolate.
Why is he throwing chocolate around in your house? Oh my god! It's not Jimmy's place? What do you mean? You can't do that! Buddy! I think on the question there of how his body language was screaming deeply insecure, it's something that, what's his name? Film Cooper, another content creator, made a fantastic video on the guy some years ago about this very thing. I'm saying some years ago, it might just have been a year ago or something. But regardless of the time period. But like apparently he really strived for that, constantly being liked, but not because you're making informative content or things that people can actually like. Like, yeah, Jimmy, it's fucking weird, man.
I read you as a sea salt guy. I'm gonna get rid of these.
No, I want the
no,
dry
you just don't. Trust me. You're a dark chocolate kind of guy. Yes, I can read the room. The room is red.
Oh, the irony. I think this is a mask-off moment for Jimmy. MrBeast has already filmed content with and promoted Keith at this point. Jimmy was definitely expecting a favorable review of his chocolate in return. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You will always see in an honest content creator or a reviewer if they can shed on the promoters. Like, I always love whenever a person take the piss out of the sponsorship, because that's the thing that you're supposed to do. Shield a VPN all day, as long as you make it fun and can make fun of the companies themselves. Anthony Storin does that in a plenty. He still sells whatever they have, but he knows that a VPN is not exactly the secured thing that it is supposed to be. They just aren't. But yeah, that's not how it works, Jimmy. But let's continue here. Jimmy is well aware of the law of reciprocity. He uses gifts giving as a business move. Here though, Keith chooses to maintain a level of integrity and gives a more honest review than Jimmy wanted. Personally, I think Jimmy undervalued his own integrity, but it's especially important for product reviewers. MKBHD is a good example as well. Oh yeah, we've covered that before. Because customers are trusting these people to give unbiased purchasing advice, Jimmy clearly feels insecure, out of control and betrayed at this a time in this video and reacts poorly. It's not fair for Jimmy to expect Keith to mislead his audience for Jimmy's profit. Regardless of the result, Keith likely lost some career opportunity with MrBeast moving forward. Jimmy is a sellout and surrounds himself with yes man.
Now in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar. In this initial ad—
oh boy, what the hell? Yeah, that's a little sugar.
More sugar and more calories per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month. Also, I don't think you should ever advertise it as over $1 million in prizes when more than a third of those prizes are just coupons for more MrBeast products, forcing you to spend more money if you actually want to redeem them. Ooh, a $5 coupon for Beast Burger. Now a single combo only costs $20.
Bob's Burgers Palace or fucking Five Guys. If this shit can be successful, fucking Five Guys.
It's so good.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh, MrBeast and Cody Ko in the same frame. Okay, I'm gonna calm myself here because that's not what I... There's no need to make any more out of their individual situation, so I'm gonna keep it at that.
It's called Five Guys. What kind of fucking name is that?
It doesn't matter. The burgers are good.
Branding matters.
Ooh, maybe you should have spent a little less time on this beautiful logo and more time on making the food actually edible.
Oh, brother, ew. What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
Also, be for real, dude. Five Guys has a nice, clean, appealing aesthetic. You know, the name suggests humble beginnings. This is like a 8-year-old sloppy cotton candy piss burger. It literally looks like a piss burger.
Sit down. Sit down.
Also, this digital wheel is not remotely representative of your actual odds. Mark Rober has talked about this common deceptive casino tactic before.
You recall from the Carnival scam video, the most lucrative games for the Carnival owner are those where people overestimate their chances of winning. That is exactly what happens in this game, thinking you were so close to getting a jackpot, when in reality, you weren't close at all. In gambling psychology, this is known as the near-miss effect, and people will spend much more money to try and win because they think they can just do it on the next one.
So I am absolutely pigging out on Feastables.
Oh no. Either way, I find it concerning at a time when the youth are living behind 7 layers of irony and 3 anime profile pictures. It's hard to know what's a joke and what is sincere. I've seen ironic gambling memes be used as genuine justification for financial suicide. Make no mistake, if you gamble, you're a moron. If you promote gambling, you're a king of the tards. It's not too late to escape from this idiocracy timeline. Drink filtered water, eat healthy, exercise, save your money, and for the love of a God, stop gooning. I love this guy. That's great.
MrBeast is teaching us gambling? Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway. Let's gamble.
Also, these tickets, one of them just so happened to go to a YouTuber with 700,000 subscribers at the time. Just pure chance.
This was just taped.
It was taped.
No freaking way.
So it is like really like total chance, obviously. Like you're one of like hundreds of thousands of names.
Talk to Jimmy, Bella. What do you got to say to
Jimmy?
Just the wording, you know. I don't care. I didn't even need to have all of this background information. If somebody just outright just talks about the percentage of me winning something, instead of just accepting that I won, it's like, it's a scam. It's a fucking scam. It's a setup. The wording of it all is sus as hell.
Thank you for picking us.
No, he didn't. It was random.
Was it though? Was it random? Also, this guy went on to win the chocolate factory, and extremely unlikely things do happen, but can we see how the winners were chosen maybe? Because knowing how important it is to Jimmy that every video has entertaining contestants through the whole video, it's a little suspicious. I'll just say, in my opinion, as somebody who worked for MrBeast, I don't think this large YouTuber won a ticket purely by chance. Also, I know that producers are sort of able to pull strings behind the scenes to give some contestants better chances than others. And he runs these sweepstakes to like bribe children with gambling to consume more sugar. Like, this is far worse than a lottery ticket because a lottery ticket doesn't give you diabetes and only pay out your rich and famous friends. Like, MrBeast is bringing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of new people to the candy aisle, whether he wants to admit it or not.
People are just walking to the chocolate aisle and instead of buying Hershey's, buying Feastables. Like, people who never would have bought chocolate in Walmart are walking to the chocolate aisle specifically to buy Feastables.
You're creating a new market.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm bringing new customers to the aisle.
Okay, I guess.
Yep, that comment pretty much summed it up as one would imagine. You're bringing non-obese people to the aisles and turning them obese.
He does want to admit it. You know, kind of a weird flex, not something I would brag about Jimmy. Also, maybe I should mention technically I'm a certified nutritionist, which really just means I paid $1,200 for a course and then failed to launch a health food company. But I know that poor diet and especially excessive sugar consumption is the #1 cause of death and health problems in America, including some of the health problems that MrBeast claims to care.
Yes, curing the blindness there, one of the challenges that I once praised him for, is literally caused by diabetes. Diabetic retinopathy, I think it's called, where you're like literally getting spots in your eyes that are reducing your eyesight. It's, yeah, you can lead to that, dude.
There's so much about blindness, deafness, loss of limbs.
Loss of limbs, obviously, yes.
With Zaxby's, which if you get a soda, it's over 2,000 calories for one meal.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
The only thing real in this video is the new MrBeast box at Zaxby's.
I'm pretty sure this would be illegal in Europe. This is like...
yeah. We banned freaking bread from the US that was tasting like cake, too sugary. Kind of ironic since Europe is famously known for the brioche line by Marie Antoinette, you know. But, ew!
More calories in one meal than the average 10-year-old is supposed to consume on a daily basis.
Tell me how I'm killing little kids.
New research finds childhood obesity rates are getting worse.
The #1 killer in America is obesity. The number of deaths in overweight people surpass alcohol and smoking altogether.
For 30 days straight, we are going to be giving away $10,000 to a lucky customer who scans the QR code on the back of any new Feastable bar.
It's just disappointing to see somebody pretend to care about the health epidemic in the US only when it's profitable for them. I know this point isn't going to resonate with a lot of people because of how normalized high calorie and high sugar diets are in America. But like bribing children to get into the habit of consuming excessive amounts of sugar, like $10,000 a day as a giveaway is very deliberate because it's trying to create repeat customers that just buy out of habits. Like doing this, especially when you clearly understand how much of a health risk it is to these kids.
Because obviously so much obesity and disease comes from the stuff we eat.
It's honestly just fucking evil to me. And I pushed back against this a lot while I worked at the company. For Halloween this year, Feastables is planning on putting $1 million in a chocolate bar. And they wanted to do a bunch of like scummy marketing and shit. My manager literally said at one point that they wanted to associate buying a Feastables with your dream coming true. So they're pitching ideas like, you know, buy a Feastables, win 10K, buy a Feastables out of a vending machine and the vending machine just starts spitting out money, buy a Feastables and it has a ticket to Disney World, whatever, right?
And these are the things that people have been talking about for years now. This predatory practice that is being done. I wasn't aware as much as he was with the Feastables, but there have been plenty of other things that he's been promoting that just make you feel like this is so dystopian.
And I don't want to put a lot of like hearsay into this video. You should just believe the receipts that I'm showing you and not what I'm saying. But I swear to God, I said to somebody at the company, I feel like Feastables is 70% a chocolate company and 30% a lottery targeting children. And this higher up person at MrBeast said it was probably closer to the other way around and was laughing about it. Like 70% a lottery, 30% a chocolate company. Everyone knows it's just the call to actions and call to action giveaways especially that drive sales. As soon as they stop, it's hard for large bargain retailers to sell this shit for 70% off. That's why they push them so hard. Once they stop their diabetes lottery, no one buys. Also, this is the website right now. MrBeast wants you to join the crew. Just so weird and scummy to me.
Neurodivergent 6-year-old exists, MrBeast. I can milk you.
I believe all the Feastables giveaways do have official rules and no purchase necessary clauses somewhere, but it's very difficult to find them. In traditional media, if you advertise a sweepstakes like in a commercial, you have to say in the promotional material itself, no purchase necessary. Somehow MrBeast gets away with not saying no purchase necessary in any of his promotional materials, not the videos, the descriptions, pinned comments, nothing.
To celebrate our launch of milk chocolate and sea salt, we went out and we bought 10 Teslas, loads of cash, and all these prizes you see on the screen. And prizes...
I really do hope that with all the receipts that this man has brought and the fact that this video is going viral, that he can be protected by somebody, or at least in terms of legal troubles, if Jimmy and his team decide to somewhat remove this video, if it suddenly disappears from the internet, which I don't think it will. Me covering this right now and plenty of other bigger content creators, I suppose, have already made reactions videos about this, but yeah. We need to share this stuff. Oh, and by the way, for the MrBeast fans who might be coming across this video and might have made it so far into this commentary, I said that before in the start of the video, I don't hate Jimmy because of his character. I made it pretty clear that it was because of the practices and the things that his team does. And I can't believe that I even have to state this, but yeah, from what I've learned about media literacy in the last few months, especially with the rampant disinformation on the internet, people are likely to hear what they want to hear, regardless of what is actually being stated. What the evidence is showing us so far with the receipts upon receipts that are being shown in this video is that Jimmy is making some weird stuff, and it should be called out for that, and that is fully fair. The evidence has been showcased that you can yourself go and double check and is being corroborated by multiple sources. If you find that not enough for you, then I don't know what to say. So as of now, what stand we are taking is what the evidence has shown so far. If Jimmy comes forth and disproves this and declares this as being like a character assassination or some type of defamation, then sure, just like Moog from Elden Ring, we should all give him an apology.
Aside, unlike Hershey's, These bars only have 4 to 5 ingredients and just genuinely taste good. Go to Feastables.com right now and order some chocolate. Only problem is the chocolate river is deteriorating. All the
The only place you'll find no purchase necessary is either on the Feastables Twitter account because it's a rule of the platform, and even still they try to push it. No perched neck, or hidden deep in the Feastables website under a FAQ. And to enter for free, you have to mail in separate 3" by 5" hand-addressed written index cards, up to 10 a day. Do you think kids are gonna do that shit or just beg their parents when they're at Walmart for the YouTuber diabetes lottery ticket? How is this legal? How do you mail something?
No, hold on.
How is this legal?
Full Fury had a video about this? Oh, shit. The only one that I think that I reacted to from them was the one on bread, which was super informative. But okay, I need to watch that one then.
How do you mail something without making a purchase? Cards, envelopes, stamps. The free entry method can cost more than the chocolate bar itself. Also, going back to sweepstakes law for a second, payment isn't the only form of consideration. Consideration can also be time or effort that directly benefits MrBeast in some way. Like, I don't know, if he told his fans to clean up and organize his Feastables displays in Walmart
This is the thing he did.
for a chance to win $5,000. Shelfie cleanup and $5,000 drawing? They thought this was going to be a monthly thing, but it got a lot of controversy, obviously. How can I successfully clean up the shelves? Wow, glad you asked. No bars on the shelf? Go find an employee and ask them to check to see if there is product in the back room and ask them to bring them out so you can put it on the shelf to match the tags.
Literally asking a child to go ask for the manager. This was the thing that I told you in the beginning of the video. Mad.
What the fuck, dude? Imagine a 7-year-old looking for the Walmart manager so he can ask to stock shelves for a chance to be compensated? Dude, was Walmart in on this? This was not just one off-the-cuff tweet. This was like planned with instructions and graphics and everything. Also, a company asking children for selfies is a little bit weird. And while you're at it, if you want to maybe move some Hershey's bars and make sure that Feastables has plenty of space, I wouldn't complain. Ah! I just cannot believe they were going to give $5,000 to one of MrBeast's child laborers for stocking shelves. And no one at MrBeast was like, hey, this is a terrible idea. Actually, if you said that, you'd probably get fired.
This is the best tasting chocolate on earth. Good job, boys.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we know that's the best tasting chocolate in the world?
You're fired.
What? This is such horse shit. You can do that? I mean, that is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
The most shocking result was that Feastables never earned anything higher than a 3rd place ranking.
But I do think their branding is like world's best chocolate bar is how do you get away with that? World's best chocolate.
World's best pizza.
What does that even fucking mean?
Define that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
According to us.
But I would think you'd have to, I don't know. I'm sure whoever worked on his marketing gave some thought to it or something.
Okay, one last point of consideration. Prolonged attention is definitely a form of consideration. In the attention economy, it is the valuable resource that advertisers directly pay MrBeast for. So in these live streams when MrBeast says, hey guys, today we're doing a bunch of illegal lotteries, but also we're gonna be giving away some free stuff to people who keep watching. He does that to boost viewer numbers.
I'm gonna give you guys a reason to keep watching, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. Randomly, I'm not gonna tell you when, it could be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. I'm gonna randomly pick one person watching this IG live stream and one person watching this YouTube live stream. I'm gonna give you each $5,000. So, keep watching.
There's no predictable intervals for when MrBeast will give things away for free to people who watch. So you have to be present when they happen, which means viewers have to keep watching, which is time and effort that directly benefits MrBeast.
Yep,
The more viewers, the more money MrBeast obviously makes, either directly through sales or AdSense or just getting boosted in the YouTube algorithm. So even the free giveaways could and should be against the law.
That's disgusting,
MrBeast
bruh.
just uses gambling psychology to exploit young children for profit. He's just become the first casino where the currency you pay with is attention.
Do you think attention is the most valuable currency in the world?
or labor or money sometimes.
Yeah, his core audience
As a
is
content creator,
like 10
you bet.
to 12-year-old boys. Older people are a little bit over him. Some people kind of question the ethics, you know. They sometimes say in these videos where he like builds all these wells or, you know, cures people of this blindness. It's almost like he's exploiting people for these views. So older audiences don't love him, but this tween audience, they love him and they're thinking, you know, watching him could get me a car, so why wouldn't I?
I'm gonna give you guys a reason to keep watching.
Okay, now as far as fake giveaways go, I'm sort of limited in what I can say without exposing confidential information and getting sued. So my official statement is that sometimes things slip through the cracks, and personally, I believe that is intentional. Here's one example where someone on Reddit posted saying that they were promised free dog food for life in exchange for letting MrBeast use them in a video. 5 months later, they still haven't received their dog food. I actually sent this post to someone who works at MrBeast, and they said they were going to send it to the PR team.
Oh, what happened?
And then the Reddit post got taken down. So I don't know if it got resolved. Here's another example of things slipping
That's the guy. That's literally him, the $1 million guy.
through the cracks.
The second thing that I probably would do different is invest. And I know what y'all about to say. Y'all about to go to the clip too, where Jimmy said that we set a certain amount aside to invest.
I know you talked about wanting to maybe invest 50K and then set aside like the other 23 for just other little nuances here and there.
This is not me calling anybody a liar or anything, because I know what y'all do. I know what the internet does. But what I think what happened was somebody that worked for MrBeast or something like that was supposed to probably help me invest, but that didn't happen. I talked to Jimmy after I won $1 million, after I finally got the remaining amount in my bank account. I was telling him, I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to be like how everybody's saying, like I'm gonna run out of money and do all this crazy stuff. I was like, man, Jimmy, please help me. And he said he was gonna help me and we was gonna invest, but yeah, that didn't happen. So
If you actually watch this video, you know, MrBeast does say that they're not going to be irresponsible, that they're going to try to set Mark up for life, and that they are going to help him with investing.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future. So we're going to make smart purchases like a house, cars, and do some investing.
But according to Mark, MrBeast only gave him an hour to plan what house to buy, and then gave him only 24 hours to spend the bulk of his money for a video.
Time. I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have planned out stuff better. Like, that was the best example I can give you is when we had planned out the house and stuff. I literally had an hour. He had somebody come to my house, and we sat down and we planned all this in an hour. Yeah, they came to my house and we planned this out, and yeah, in about an hour. So I wish I would have had more time, and I wish I would have did a couple things differently on the time management side, which I guess I really couldn't help because I had to spend it. I had to spend the money, and I had to like do all this. So
I'm starting to think he might have been a little bit better off if you didn't make him spend $1 million in 24 hours
yeah,
for content.
I think so too.
I'm super glad you won the $1 million.
All I need from you is a signature right here. The vehicles are yours.
What we're actually going to do is be responsible and try to set Mark up for his future.
You better not read it. You're a millionaire. You ain't got time to read.
The more you show us around, the more I'm like, thank God you won the $1 million.
Yep. Like, how is that any different from everyone before who had been exploiting people's poverty under the guise of it's a social experience?
You're selling Krabby Patties, eh, Plankton?
That's right, Squidward. And there's a free bucket helmet with every purchase.
Yeah. I'd have this dislike right now.
And I'm gonna report you to the highest authority in the land, King Neptune.
We'll see about that, Inspector Loose Lips.
All hail Plankton.
Oh my god, that's great.
Who can stop me now?
Now be like shocked, like have your hands over your face, like you're emotional as you can be.
Yeah,
so, like, have
everybody remembers this one.
Like be like shocked, like you're, yeah. Now act a little surprised. Like be like really shocked with your mouth open.
Now, what would be the moral of the story? Obviously, don't put anybody on the pedestal. Even the ones who are the most righteous. Things can happen to people, they get flawed and suddenly you are disappointed. But, that being said, Does MrBeast often get called out for things that are not right? Yes. As I said before, even I have come forth to defend him on certain things that he has done in the past, for which I didn't think that the accusations that were levied against him were justified. But this one is just evidence upon evidence from an actual worker. And these are not things that have just been happening willy-nilly like that. They've been accounted for years. And while what many of the essays did in the past were like speculation, when somebody actually takes the time and goes through all the footage, it's very damning. So Jimmy has to account for a bunch of stuff beside, of course, the whole Ever Titan situation. And it's not looking too good. 2024 is truly a year that just keeps on giving. But if you like to support small content creators, or it's just at the end of the day want to push this video, not mine, but the video just reacted to here, to more people, please do make sure to go and subscribe to the guy and perhaps also share his original content. That will be linked in the description below. That being said, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this commentary was also to a certain degree kind of, additive to this whole situation. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.